Welcome back to the Knock-On Effect, the rugby show where we say what the pundits won't. We've finally reached that stage of the Champions Cup. Proper test match rugby, big stakes and all the jeopardy. Munster just hosted Castre in Thomond Park in a game that was truly all or nothing. In today's video, we're going to break down the match and shine a light on three Munster players that for better or worse defined the outcome. So without further ado, let's get stuck in. Right lads, we're going to change things up today and we're going to break down the match by each individual quarter. If you've been enjoying the videos, be sure and hit subscribe and the notification bell so you don't miss a beat. Heading into this one, all the talk was about can Clayton McMillan's men get over the line. Castre still had a chance to upset the Munster men and sneak into the knockout stages. Can Thomond Park create that cauldron-like environment and help drive the team to success? So we'll identify the three key players at the end, but looking at the opening 20 minutes, Castre came out and really showed that they were there to play. They retained possession from kickoff, built some phases, won a penalty and even knocked over 3 points. Exactly the start that they would have wanted, sucking the energy out of Thomond Park. Munster couldn't really get a foothold in the opening exchanges. A few good runs by Ben O'Connor, but ultimately it came to nothing. Castre 13, Carabalivu ran a fantastic line splitting a hole between Wycherley and Coombes, who have to do better for the game's first try. 10-0 to Castre. Soon after, referee Matthew Crowley penalises Munster for shouting him off the ball. Fair play to him. I said it last week and I'll say it again. Play the fucking whistle and stop mouthing at the ref. Munster did well to fight back though. Abrahams, who consistently pumped his legs through contact, kept finding yards where none seemed visible. He made some great yards down the wing, offloaded to Jack O'Donoghue, who popped back inside to Casey for Munster's first try. Crowley slots the conversion on this occasion. As for the 20 minutes before half-time, the game really started to open up. Everything from a Munster perspective was going through Crowley. Some good, some bad. Cross fields, dinks that were blocked down, some unreal touch finders. Munster had a chance to maul the ball over the line, but Castre did brilliantly to win a scrum. Alalatoa conceded a penalty from that scrum, which again allowed an easy exit. Both Jack O'Donoghue and Byrne kept popping up on the wide channels and getting good meters. A penalty to Munster allowed Crowley to kick the touch again for a maul in the 5 metre. This time Craig Casey showed his smarts, pointing Niall Scannell to the blind side, receiving the pop and showing great strength to finish his second try of the night. This time the touchline conversion proved too much for Crowley and he missed it and missed the clock and hit the post anyway. 12-10 to Munster, and I wondered then, could Munster close out the half? The answer, no. A moment of brilliance from Castre 15, who dinked the ball over the top, put an immense amount of pressure on Jack O'Donoghue and ultimately dotted down. Half-time score 12-17 to Castre. The second half got underway and Munster were first to strike. Gavin Coombes showed some great initiative with a quick tap and go, a few quick hands out wide to Abrahams, who gets a well-deserved try. Again, Crowley missing the touchline conversion. 17-all. Munster get off easy as Crowley chips to nowhere and Castre flawlessly turned defence to attack. A few quick passes out wide and they slice through Munster and burn the backline for pace for a try under the sticks. It was called back for a forward pass and it should have given Munster the warning required. Munster started building good phases again, another maul in the 5 metre, this time it was pinged for obstruction, yet again letting Castre off easy. Crowley cleans up the ball in the backfield and excellently dinks the ball in behind the Castre defence. Shane Daly blocks down the clearance and Coombes almost drives the Castre player over the try line. They scramble to exit. They steal the next line out, but it's a scramble on their line as Edogbo barges through and jots down. Again, another missed conversion though. 22-17 to Munster. In the final 20 minutes, Tom Farrell receives a yellow card for a croc roll, which lands on the lower limb. Personally, I felt the Castre player made a bit of a meal out of it, but Farrell can't blame anyone. You just simply cannot paint that picture for the ref. Castre do well to suck in the Munster defence and then flash the ball wide, scoring in the corner and importantly, nailing their conversion, 22-24 to Castre. They deal a double blow with a brilliantly executed crossfield, leaving Shane Daly for dust. Again nailing the conversion, 22-31, and it really felt like it was going to be too much of an uphill battle at that stage. Soon after, Castre went down to 14 men though for hands in the ruck as they desperately tried to slow the Munster ball down to close out the game. Both JJ Hanrahan and Crowley did their utmost to drive Munster on and create something out of nothing, going deep in the Castre 22. Another tap and go and a big powerful carry from Edogbo breathed hope into the Munster faithful, 29-31. With the clock almost in red, Castre ripped the ball from a Munster hand and kicked the ball out to close the game and crush the dreams of the fans in Thomond Park. Full time, 29-31 to Castre. Fuck me, what a match. It really was end to end and a great game for the neutrals, no doubt. As a Munster fan, I'm full of disappointment, frustration and an immense sense of pride. We gave it one hell of a go, but we weren't good enough. Which brings us to the three key players. First is Craig Casey. With players like Peter O'Mahony and Conor Murray having left Munster in recent years, we really need the new breed to step up. Casey embodies everything that those legends did. A never say die attitude and importantly, fight. I firmly believe he will die for the jersey and by God, does he put his body on the line every week. It's no secret that he was carrying a knock going into this match, but he fought through it and came up with two immense tries. He is the future of Munster rugby and through hard work and determination, he deserves everything coming his way. Second is Edwin Edogbo. He came on around the 55th minute and changed the game for Munster. 2 tries from brute force and hard lines. Isn't that exactly what Ireland are crying out for? I know Andy Farrell tried to get him into the squad for the Autumn Nation series and he picked up an unfortunate knock, but plenty of times we've seen before that is enough to shut the window on a player and for them to miss their opportunity. Edogbo has proved himself invaluable to Munster and I firmly believe that he'll do the same with Ireland. Third is Crowley. I think without Crowley, we wouldn't have even been in a position to lose by such a small margin. Creatively, he has come on in strides under McMillan. Everything went through him. He is so good at cleaning up the balls in the backfield and put in some vital tackles throughout the game and put us in the position to potentially win it. Unfortunately, had he been better off the tee, we would have clinched it. It's fine margins at this level and it wasn't his day. He's done so well in all other facets of his game. I genuinely believe if he puts in the hard work and really puts in the time to improve his place kicking, he'll be Ireland's best 10, but not for now. A work on, as Andy Farrell would describe it. I'm sure the media will be all over him about the misconversions, but do not let that overshadow how instrumental he was in today's game. Now I picked 3 players, but I could have picked 10. I thought Shane Daly and Jack O'Donoghue both had brilliant games, bar one mistake each. Thaakir Abrahams was absolutely electric. Loughman looked like a man with one eye on a green jersey and put in a serious shift. But look, it wasn't to be. Hats off to Castre who came to play and never gave up. What did you guys make of the game? Did I miss anything? Have your say in the comments below. And as always, cheers for watching. Catch you at the next one.